Hello, Ben. Thank you very much for coming down here for an in-person interview. I was surprising to hear that you'd be willing to do that. I saw your £1,000 win in the Wins channel for copywriting. So I reached out to you and here we are
On my
now.
way. I signed up for Hustlers University, which is now the real world, as of the 14th of November, or 14th of October, 14th of November, 14th of November.
Wow. Yeah. Very recent. Okay.
Very recent.
So £1,000 in less than 3 months?
Less than 3 months. So I was in Hustlers University for just over a month before it transitioned into the real world. And the real world's been open for just over a month now. It's 14th of November it opened up. And there's so many different modern wealth creation methods that I never even knew existed before joining. And since I've joined, it's really opened my eyes to everything that we've never been taught growing up. So I've just turned 20 years old as well. I turned 20 in October. And within inside the real world, there's 18 modern wealth creation methods. Also, social skills and sales superstardom, financial wizardry, and business mastery courses updated very, very regularly. And it's something that I never knew existed before, and something that I've really given myself to for the last 2.5 months.
Joining that, it's not some get-rich-quick scheme. You need to put in the work, and then you will see the results.
Exactly, and I believe that a lot of people join with the idea, and I couldn't tell you where the idea is from because anyone in a senior position would never have said it, that there's an immediate ROI, return on investment. There is no immediate return on investment without putting the work in. And as soon as you put the work in, there absolutely is, and that goes tenfold. There are verified millionaires inside the real world that are the professors of each different modern wealth creation method, and they've been chosen specifically to teach everyone in that field. And the only thing I couldn't stop thinking about at the time of joining was, what if they had this kind of platform before they started out? Because they've done it from ground zero with absolutely no idea of a network, no idea of any educational resources all in one place. They did it from the ground up. So if they started off with something like the real world to begin with, their growth would have been exponential even quicker than it was.
Where else will you get access to 18 millionaires? At least 18. These are verified.
At least 18. There's a few in each course.
Yeah, for the price that the real world is.
Exactly.
And you get so much for it.
And unfortunately, those who aren't in it did miss out on a great opportunity of the starting cost at $49, which it originally was. Now that it's moved to the real world, it is $149. But even then, my return on investment has been 7 times already. And it is only a recurring fee of $49 after that per month, which is an absolute bargain, if I'm honest. Yeah, and the community, it's always nice to see these new faces, but there's also a very supportive role inside the community as well. The more you support the rest of the community, the higher your rank becomes. So there is a hierarchy inside the real world. And the more hours you put into the real world, the more you get out. And you also become more of an influential figure inside of the chat rooms. At the moment, it currently revolves around chess pieces, so you begin off as a pawn, and then you make your way up through the roles. But there is going to be a revamp soon. As we're told in the real world by many of the professors, there will be a revamp soon to make it more of a hierarchical system. So there is more to achieve, as well as the financial rewards that come from learning. Before I was in the real world, but life is ultimately competitive. Now, you can hear that however many times you want, but until you realise just how dedicated some people are to their craft, you will never truly know the extent to how much someone is outworking you before you begin to do that work. I'd like to end it on one last thing as well. I believe that I had to act on such short notice. Now, I do have quite a busy schedule at the moment. My part-time job to keep my head above water and my copywriting from home. I'm practicing it. I'm developing myself in the field. It's really an artwork that you do need to continuously and persist to improve on if you're going to make it and succeed. But one thing we are taught is that speed kills, and speed is absolutely essential and imperative if you would like to succeed, because you need to act faster than your competitor, otherwise they will completely outrun you.
Yeah, and here we are now because of
Here we
their
are now,
speed.
2 days later.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very much for having me.